Because, let me get to your lying thing.
Yeah.
We were told by students, or one of the teachers was talking to the students, and was told by the students that adults make students lie.
That's true.
No. Make them lie. Who broke the lamp? Not me. Knowing it was you. Why are you lying about it? Because adults make me lie. That's the rationale that some of the kids had as to why they won't tell the truth. Why they lied to their parents about why they didn't get their work done. Why they lie about, you touch a student, next thing you know, the student's screaming, and they'll then lie about you. This is what they're telling us. We do this because you make us do this. You make us do this. It's like, how do we make you lie? Because this is a choice that you're making. And that's exactly how some of them feel. It's how they think. If you do something wrong and this is your friend, he's supposed to lie for you. Supposed to. And the question I had was, who taught them this?
No shit.
Where in the culture is this part of Mexican culture?
Well, that was part of my frustration this week with this child, because in this letter from the mom, he blamed another child for saying something inappropriate, and then said that the girls who complained about it were confused and mixed up his voice with the other kid's voice because they sound similar, and they don't sound similar at all. And this other kid, this other boy, is supposed to be one of his best friends, and he's trying to get the best friend in trouble for saying something inappropriate. And the kid came to me and said, "Mrs. Farr, what does that mean? I don't even know what this word is." I don't know, what did he say, and I don't understand what it means. What does it mean? And I'm like, I don't know what it means either.
I absolutely do not understand. I understand lying and cheating in China.
Yeah.
I totally get it, especially in Guangdong province. Yeah. I totally get it. It is taught.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It is absolutely taught.
From like birth, it's taught.
It's taught. It's flat out. I had students that sat in class. Teacher, can I pay you and you just say that I did well on my exam? What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yeah, can I just pay you? And then no, you must take the exam and do well. But all the other teachers do it. So it's taught.
Oh, yeah.
Totally taught.
And it's acceptable.
But I don't understand, and maybe it is acceptable here.
Maybe
that's the problem, and you hate to use stereotypes, but that's what you always heard about Mexico.
The corruption.
Being corrupt and not on the up and up.
Yeah.
So,
but
is that Mexico?
I don't know, because how many of our coworkers get really angry and frustrated at that behavior? So it can't be acceptable all around.
I don't know how many get. I don't think they really do get all of that frustrated because they allow it.
Two of my co-teachers, they get like livid parent meetings, go to the principal.
Yeah, you say that, but
nothing
happens. I have a
happens.
feeling that it might be because you're there.
You think?
Yeah, because these kids have done this before them.
Yeah, I guess.
And the kids are doing it after them.
Yeah.
So if it was so bad back in second grade, why are sixth graders still doing it?
I don't know.
Right. If it was so bad. Like, if you had formed your opinion about morality back then, based on, like, the morality of school, if it was so bad back then, you wouldn't continue it and act like it was normal when you got to sixth grade. It would have been like, yeah, we can't do that. That's not a good idea,
Yeah.
So you got to ask yourself, was it so bad 3 years ago, 4 years ago, when that same teacher was teaching my students?
Yeah.
I have a feeling probably not. I have a feeling that they are reacting to the internationalness of the world that's coming to them, and looking around going, these are things that we don't like in our culture that now we're going to start trying to change little by little in how we deal with that same behavior that we dealt with before, now dealing with it in a different way to get a different outcome.
Right.
Because they're looking at it going, why is it that things are bad, say, in politics or in the schools or in the government or whatever, and they're saying, we don't like that. How do we make that positive change back here in elementary school?
Right.
And so then I think they're some of them are doing it.
Yeah.
Others are just leaving.
Yeah.
They're looking at the situation and going, you have a culture of dishonesty. You have a culture of listening to the parents over the teachers. You have a culture of students lying to get teachers fired, which I don't get.
They do.
Because you have these elements in the culture of this place, I'm just going to go find another place. Yeah. And then they never say anything. They never talk about it.
Right.
Which was always the problem in China and Thailand, where teachers that were local knew what the problems were, but never relayed that information back to the employer because either saving face or not wanting to hurt feelings or whatever.
Or not getting blackballed so they can't get another job.
So all of those things factor in for the local person, but for the expat, none of that really factors in. I mean, it factors in a little bit. If we wanted to go to the school down the street or something.
Right.
Maybe, but for most of us that are moving countries, a lot of that kind of doesn't matter. It's like you can say what you want, but then when I talk to them and tell them the true story about what it was like at your school, then all of a sudden the people are like, oh, it's like that? Oh, that's what China's like? Oh, that's what goes on? It's like, this is why. This is what's going on. This is how they do what they do, which is different from how you do what you do.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're like, oh. And then they see you in the classroom, they see you doing your job, and they realize all that bullshit that they heard from before is not relevant. It is not true.
Yep.
But, because based on this year, only this year, apparently I walk around beating students all the time. Based on this year and this school and these students. And it's like, what are you talking about? It's like, I protect my students probably more than I should.
Yeah.
And it's like, I won't let them hit each other.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? I won't let someone else come in and hit them. If I saw a parent beating their child in my classroom, I would step in.
Yes.
But see, and it's like they don't get that. They don't understand that. It's like me walking up and going, what's up? How's it going today? That's not me hurting the child. The child is, say, looking over there. Come on, look at the Buddha. Look at the Buddha. Come look at the Buddha. Buddha.
Here.
Oh, thank you. See what I just did? I'm in trouble now. Because I touched your face and because I did like this. Now all of a sudden I'm beating the child. I've hurt the child. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? And that's this school. That's the position that this school puts you in. It's like, no. Me touching his face doing like this, and then we have a chuckle about it and realize that, you were kind of in a space cadet for a moment, and we move on. You don't sit there and make that an issue. But this child then goes to someone saying, he touched it. And then you get another child from across the room looking at this, not hearing us, not knowing what's going on, saying, Mr. Farr went and grabbed his face and turned his head, which has happened at this school. Never happened to all the years that I've been working around children. Never has any, and I've done exactly the same thing in every place.
Yeah. Yep. I was invited this week to a first communion.
Hence we have to move.
And when I spoke to my coordinator and said, this child has invited me to our first communion, what is the school policy? Because in every country we've ever been in, it is against school policy for teachers to attend private functions of the students.
You can't do anything outside of the school with parents or students.
Right. So she's like, I said, what is the policy? And she's like, well, we really don't have one. And I said, okay, do I go to this? Do I not go to this? I don't know. What's the culture? She said, you can't go because if you go to hers, then you're going to have to go to all the other parties and blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay.
Which sounds like a very, something that a manager would tell a Mexican person.
Right. So I said, okay. And I just left it at that. And I hadn't gotten a formal invitation, just something the kid said to me. So the next day in the notebook, there was a sticky note inviting me to the thing. And so I took it to the principal and said, you need to see this. This is the thing. What's the school policy? She said, you cannot do anything private outside of the school with parents and the children. I said, that's what I thought. That's the normal policy for me, just making sure. And she said, just make an excuse why you can't go.
Why can't you just say it's school policy?
I said, excuse me? She's like, just tell her you're unavailable. And I said, okay.
Because they don't want to hurt the feelings of the parents.
So I went and emailed and I said, I'm terribly sorry, but after checking with the coordinator and the principal, I've learned that it is against school policy to do these things. Thank you for inviting me. It's an honor, blah, blah, blah. I'm terribly sorry. Again, wish I could go, but I cannot. They did not want me to tell the truth.
No.
But I can't lie about that kind of stuff. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't understand why they would have a school. Like, one of my students, why don't you wear your other tennis shoes to school? And I was like, because we have a dress code, just like you have a dress code. I can't wear those. And why not? You should just wear them. The other teachers do. It's like, no, that's not how this works. If this is the policy, if this is what I'm supposed to do, then I just do what I'm supposed to do. I don't try to circumvent the policy or try to do my own thing, waiting to get in trouble, which is what they do. They do whatever they want to do and then beg for forgiveness.
I had to get permission because I went the first, month and a half with wearing not tennis shoes, and my feet and legs were swelling so much that I couldn't even walk home comfortably at the end of the day. And then finally I was told, just wear tennis shoes. So I've been wearing them, but I don't know that anybody else has been given that permission.
Exactly.
They just do it.
And I don't know. If you want to find the Traveling Farrs on the YouTube, Facebook, Pinterest, iTunes, Spotify,
Google,
or the Google Play, you can find us at the Traveling Farrs. If you like the Twitter or the Instagram, send us messages at Traveling Farrs. If you like email, travelingfars@gmail.com, and the blog space, thetravelingfars.blueberry.net. No E's in Blueberry. Say goodbye to the people. Say goodbye to the people.
bye.
Peace! Came to. Oh, now you want to wave?